Yeah, okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. And number 2, adoption of the agenda for the August 11th, 2015 regular meeting of council. Staff recommendation, okay, yes?
So, Mayor Townsend, there are a couple of things that we do need to do to the agenda. We need to amend it slightly. In item number 8.2, related to the proposed development permit for 880 Beaven Crescent, there was a photograph which should have been included with the package. Unfortunately, it didn't get scanned. That has been distributed to members of council for their information. And under the monthly staff report, item 9.1, at the back of the monthly staff report, it makes reference to the Valemount Community Forest Company regular board meeting minutes. Those minutes for July 6th, 2015, again, were also not scanned and included with the package. That's being distributed to council for information purposes, and we'd like to amend the agenda accordingly. One other item, and as I was saying, it doesn't pay sometimes to go on holiday, and that is related to the minutes of the regular council meeting of July 28th, which is item 3.2 in your agenda. I've distributed an updated version of those minutes for council's information. The 2 changes that are occurring in that material is the first of which is on your page 3 of 7 of those updated minutes, where it says Canada Post, which is in relation to, it's just between resolutions 295 and resolutions 296. In the earlier version, there was a typo. It said Canada Trust, not
Yes.
Canada Post.
Instead, yes,
So we'd like that changed.
yes.
And then there was a mystery for staff. We'll be following up on this. The resolution numbering actually was out of sequence. We'll be following up on that with the software designers. We had a resolution 299 and a resolution 301, which appeared on page 4. There was no resolution 300, which was a real mystery for us. We have subsequently gone into the material, made the change physically, and then renumbered things so that our resolution numbers will be in concurrence. There was one other item, Mayor Townsend, that you had brought to council's attention at the last meeting, and per our discussions, you wanted to raise this under new business. This is the memo that you circulated to council on July 28th at the regular meeting of council, and it was for discussion at this meeting.
Okay. So
those would be the changes.
Thank you. Okay. So then a motion as amended. Okay. Seconded by Councillor Reimer. Any further amendments or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. Item 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the July 28th, 2015 public hearing. Recommendation that council adopts the minutes of the July 28, 2015 hearing. What is council's wish? Okay.
As amended?
As amended. Okay. So that's Blanchette and Torgerson. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. And item 3.2, adoption of the minutes of the July 28th, 2015 regular meeting of council, also as amended?
Correct.
Okay. Blanchette and Reimer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. .3, adoption of the minutes of the July 29th, 2015 special meeting of council. Motion that council adopts the minutes of the July 29th meeting. Okay, and that's Blanchette and Reimer. Any discussions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Okay. Agenda item 7.1, BC Hydro funding available for community beautification projects. No motion required. I guess that's just for council's information.
That's correct.
Correct? Okay. Does council have any questions about? Yes, Councillor Torgerson.
They say their BC Hydro is expanding the beautification program to include funding for the decorative wraps on BC Hydro service kiosks. Do we have any service kiosks here? I haven't seen one.
I'm not aware of any.
Very good.
Maybe they have wraps already.
I don't know if I've ever seen one ever.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Administrative reports. We have 8.1. That council receives the July 2015 accounts payable report for information purposes. Motion, please. Torgerson and Reimer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. 8.2, proposed development permit for 880 Bevan Crescent. Staff recommendation that council approves issuing a development permit for the north half, and I'm not going to read it all, as well as approves the use of the dark blue color. Oh, one at a time?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll recuse myself.
Oh, okay.
Acting for the vendor.
Okay.
of the property.
Okay. Do you want to deal with them all at the same time, or one first, two, and then three? What is council's wish? Do you have any questions of any one of those three, any one of those?
I see this is the color that we're going to...
Yes, it's quite nice. I did say that that's one of Valemount's colors, and all you have to do is add yellow. Yeah. Okay. Does council have any questions?
No, I think this is a really great project. I'm looking forward to seeing it all
Councillor
done.
Torgerson?
I'll make a motion for 1 and 2 that we approve issuing a development permit for the north half of the property located at 880 Bevan Crescent.
Okay.
And number 2 approves the use of the dark blue color used by Bottle Depot, Return It, I believe is the franchise name, for the exterior of the proposed new storage building.
Okay, and seconded by Councillor Blanchette. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Good, so Councillor Reimer can come back in. Okay, item 9.1, monthly staff report for July 2015. I'll start with Councillor Torgerson.
Monthly staff report?
Oh, sorry, that's monthly staff. I was looking down here at number 11, council reports. Monthly staff report. Recommendation that council accepts the July 2015 staff report. Okay, Torgerson and Blanchette. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Yeah, I jumped ahead to 11. Bylaws and policies. Village of Valemount zoning
I
bylaw.
get to do this once more.
Yes.
Recuse myself because
Okay.
I'm acting for the
Yeah.
applicant.
Okay. Okay. Staff recommendation is that council gives fourth reading to Village of Valemount zoning bylaw number 610, amendment bylaw number 741. Blanchette and Torgerson, is there any discussion or any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Thank you, Mr. Peters. Now we go to 11.1. Okay. Councillor reports.
Can I stay now?
Yes, I think so. I don't think you have anything, we have anything to report that would put you in a conflict. Councillor Torgerson.
Per a resolution from council on July 28th, I will be attending the Kinder Morgan Canada Incident Response Training and tabletop exercises to be conducted on September 17th on either the Fraser or North Thompson River. On August the 4th, I attended a Tourism Valemount meeting, and on August the 10th, I attended a Valemount Community Forest meeting.
Councillor Reimer?
August 10th, yesterday, I attended the Valemount Community Forest meeting.
Thank you. Councillor Blanchette?
I have attended no meetings for 2 weeks. However, I've been on the phone and on the email constantly. So I just wanted to give a heads up. Kate Milne is the consultant from Cardia Health. She is coming on Monday, August 17th. She'll be here until the 19th. She's doing the Age-Friendly Community Needs Assessment Study. I've set up 2 public meetings, Monday, August 17th at 10 a.m. at the Seniors, and Tuesday, August 18th at 3 p.m. at the United Church Hall. Anyone is free to go and talk to her. So I'd also like to know if we could put this on the village's Facebook page to let everybody else know. It was a short timeline, so I got it out into the events for the goat, but I wasn't able to reach the Sentinel. So I was talking to Silvio today. We could do up a nice letter and have it put on the Facebook.
Okay, thank you. And I didn't have any formal meetings either, but a lot of meetings in the post office and IGA, etc. And I've been, since last week, I've been organizing, getting in touch with everyone I know who has agricultural interests to attend a meeting tomorrow afternoon with the Minister of Agriculture. Okay, so, and that's it. Thank you, yes.
Just to clarify, if it's all right to have it put on Facebook? I'm just...
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it, and the recommendation is that council receives the verbal reports. Okay, Blanchette and Reimer. Any questions or discussion? No? All in favor? Carried. Okay, item 11.2, recommendation that council receives the travel expense and report provided by Mayor Townsend, and that's from May, NCLGA. I was going through a pile of papers and found that I had not submitted it, but it's all there. Does it sound like the meeting you attended? Okay. Moved by Councillor Torgerson and seconded by Councillor Blanchette that the travel expense report provided be received. Okay. All in favor? Carried. Item 13.
Oh, item 12.
New business.
This is new business. This is in relation to the memo that you...
That's right. Okay. So I should like to ask for a resolution, mover and a shaker to bring this memo to council for discussion. Blanchette and Torgerson. And this is with respect to especially the establishment of an economic development committee, Valemount and area, to reinstate that. Okay. Yes.
Mayor Townsend, what I would suggest, given the nature of the memo that you have circulated to council, is that council make a recommendation to staff to prepare a report in terms of reference for the proposed Economic Development Committee.
Yes. And our Economic Development Officer, Silvio Gislamberti, will have information because he was a part of it. He was on staff when the Valemount and Area Economic Development Commission, or committee rather, was in full force. And so he will probably have a great deal of information, including the minutes of many of the meetings. And it was very effective, and many have come to me and said they would like to see it reinstated too. Okay, thank you. Also, I want council's consideration, and you don't have to discuss it tonight, that a strategy planning meeting be arranged for this fall with a subsequent forum to report to the community. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that. Yes?
Just to go back on the Economic Development
Yes.
Committee. A number of years ago, I was intrigued by the development that Merritt all of a sudden had with building the brand new Greyhound station and all the stores right adjacent to the number 5. And I happened to meet somebody from there at one time, and I said, well, your council has been very active. He says, no, our council doesn't deal with any of that. We have a special committee that does all of that stuff and just makes recommendations to council. And so the Economic Development Committee can actually have a lot of impact in the development of a community and save council a lot of work.
And that's what they used to do, was provide a lot of information and do a lot of research. And they had one staff person there, and council representation as well as the very active business community that seeks economic diversification. They are the ones that pay the highest taxes, and they are also the ones that create employment for the residents of Valemount. And I recall some of the very active chairs that we had on that committee. And even now, as I mentioned in here, Jack Johnson designed plan of a ski hill on the western part of our mountains here, and recommended that a gondola be available from the airport to the ski area. And I understand that VGD is considering that. And Jack Johnson used to come here annually to heli-ski with Canadian Mountain Holidays, and he had designed Deer Park, Idaho. So our Economic Development Committee was very effective. They contributed a great deal, and many of their asset identifications are still very pertinent today. Okay, so the strategy planning meeting sometime in the fall as well, just to consider it. Any thoughts about that?
I think we'll just mull it over and then go from there.
Okay. Even September is not a good enough time. You know, it's too early with UBCM and everything else, yeah. And also the Community Conversations event, if perhaps the format of that could be reconsidered, okay? And that it could be facilitated by a senior staff member, perhaps the EDO. And so I did put a couple of words here. I put your thoughts, question marks. So I should like to ask councillors to just consider it and bring your thoughts forward at a subsequent meeting. Do you have anything you would like to add, Mr. Young?
At this point, only that a proposed recommendation is that council direct staff to prepare terms of reference for the establishment of an economic development committee.
Thank you. Okay. So all in favor of receipt? Carried. And a motion, please, to, Blanchette and Torgerson, that staff be requested to prepare a terms of reference. Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.
This is new business as well? No? Sorry.
Do we have any further new business?
I don't think so, not at this time.
All right, 13.1, outstanding council resolutions, that council accepts the list of outstanding previous council resolutions. Torgerson and Reimer, any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. And then number 15.1, public comments. And this is public comments on items considered by council as part of the approved agenda. Does anybody wish to make a comment?
Sure. Paul Johnson, 1123 9th Avenue. You guys are fast today. It kind of has something to do with what went on today, the fourth reading of that zoning bylaw. Maybe it's time that APC got together this fall and started looking at some of these bylaws. commercial zoning and zoning bylaws. There's a lot of amendments coming up. Maybe we could do some changes to these things because they always seem to get passed.
Okay.
So maybe we should look at all the zoning bylaws and see if there's something to do to make it easier for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay. Motion, please, for council to receive the public comment. All right, Blanchette and Reimer, all in favor? Carried. Okay, now 16.1. Notice to proceed in camera meeting, that council proceed to an in-camera council meeting for consideration of 2 items for section 90.1K of the community charter. Blanchette and Torgerson. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Boy, wasn't that nice and
I'm going to
fast?
leave that with you because I don't need it.